Hey, Tubies. This is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with you. I get so excited when I get to come here and do a video. Well, I tell you, I promised you last week we would have messages from the spirit world. And you know, Psychic Bob, even though I get busy, I try never to forget you guys. But anyways, before we get into all of that, I want to say thank you to all of you who came into my last video last week, which was on the Lyrans, the alien races series. If you're new here, every few weeks I try to put out a video about UFOs or aliens, and we have a special series on all the various type of aliens who have been in contact with with the Earth. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. It's a pretty cool video. Anyways, I'm so glad you guys are here, and you know, all your letters have been coming in. Thank you for your patience. So we're going to look at some letters today. Now, if you're new here, let me just kind of give you an overview. You can write to me, you know, here at my YouTube channel. You can put your questions down in the comments box, or send me a PM, or you can write me on my website, which I'll put link below also, or over on Instagram. So I get letters from a lot of places, and you know, just reach out to me. Just for you, so you guys know, I do not charge for readings here. My Spirit World messages videos are free. My messages do not cost anything, because sometimes people write me and they say, "Psychic, about how much is it?" No, this is all free. I do this as my way to give back to the community. Now, for those of you who are new here, I am a full-time professional psychic medium. I have an office in Alexandria, Virginia, and I've been doing readings professionally for over 20 years. So I have a little bit of experience, and hopefully I can share some of that with you. But anyways, I do get a lot of letters, a lot of mail, so you're going to have to be patient. I may not get everybody's letter right away, but I do work on them best I can. So thank you for your patience. And I always say, listen to everybody's messages, because sometimes Spirit will answer your question through somebody else's. You know, people say, well, how does that happen? Well, you have to understand, the spirit world is trying to reach as many people as they can. So they're going to try to bring people together that have similar conditions and address it. So, you know, listen up, because as I said, Spirit may answer your question through somebody else's question, and that's always an adventure. So anyways, we're going to get into the letters, but before we do that, give me just a moment and let me attune to the spirit world. Okay. I work with a spirit guide named Fletcher, and he stands back here on my left side. He's here and says hello. All right, our first letter tonight comes out of the UK, and this is from Sister Maggie, and Sister Maggie is a member of the Order of the Purple Cord. Hi, Sister Maggie. So good to see you. Sister Maggie asked me some questions about her housing situation here. Wants to know how I see around her housing situation. Well, you know, Sister Maggie, I got to tell you, right now when I step into your current vibration, I feel like in your home where you're residing presently, there is spirit activity. I do pick up the presence of what we would call poltergeist phenomena. I feel like there are unsettled souls there. You have one spirit in particular who was a person who was murdered, I believe. I pick up a feeling of like gasping for air. I get blood, and I do feel that there's a sense of unrest around some souls. So you may have some very intense paranormal activity. Don't panic. You're not in danger, but I do feel like, you know, I have to be honest, it's going to be a little difficult to clear that out, so you may have to think about moving. I do see a successful move for you, and I want you to watch around the first quarter of 2016. Still a few months away, but I feel like as we get into 2016, there's better opportunity for you to move. And what's interesting is I want you to focus on something connected to either council estates or former council estates, because what I'm seeing is a situation where it looks like it's a lease to purchase, and I feel like you may have an opportunity to go in and try a lease with the option like in a year to purchase. So I think in terms of home ownership, it does look like that's coming for you, probably closer to the end of 2016, beginning of 2017. But I do see you moving into a home that is not so haunted. I do pick up around you some psychic gifts, and I feel like you know, your own energy also helps draw some of that spirit activity. So what I would encourage you to do is shield yourself, meditate, put the light around you, pray, and put some salt around your home where you are currently. That should step down some of the activity. Okay. Anyways, but I do see improvement for you. So remember that. I want you to focus on council estates, council flats, with a lease to purchase option. I see that, as I said, in the beginning of next year. So we're getting close. Okay. Hang in there. I'm sending blessings and prayers your ways. Okay. Thanks so much. All right. Next letter is from Angelo Adrian. Hello, Angela. Angela is a good friend of mine. Well, he's here on YouTube. He's also now over on Instagram. And if you haven't seen my Instagram, I'll put the link below too. You can follow me there. Well, Angela writes, it says, Psychic Bob, did I have any past life in Atlantis or Lemuria? And do you have any messages from spirit guides? Yeah, you know, actually, Angela, you've actually been in both continents. I do feel that you had a Lemurian life as well as like 2 Atlantean incarnations. So there's definitely a pull there. I keep seeing around you in your Atlantean life large crystals. So I don't know if you were like worked with crystals. I think you may have had some healing work with that area. And also Fletcher says Lemuria too. So you have a crystalline connection to both of those continents. So yes. Around you currently in terms of spirit people, I get a lot of fae activity. I'm literally getting like voices around you. They're literally whisperings. And I feel that the fae are talking to you. And I keep hearing something about go forward now, go forward now. So it looks like you're at a crossroads here. You've been a little hesitant with some actions. I feel some of this is a creative issue and creative project. And I'd like you to kind of step into your creative role. Could be something with writing. Also, I get education around this. So they want you to step forward and embrace your creative power. Okay. Thanks for writing. Hope that helps. Blessings. All right. Our next letter is Neil for James. Hi, Neil for James. Neil for James says, Psychic Bob, can spirit guides tell me if I will be in a relationship this year, and any messages for me? Yeah, good questions. In terms of a relationship, yeah, I do see a relationship for you. It's not till around the end of November, though. So end of November, beginning of December. I do see you connecting with somebody. Interestingly, this feels like it's somebody that you meet online. I feel there's somebody maybe that you're already even talking to, but I get a connection around like kind of a meetup around end of November, beginning December. And I feel like as we go into 2016, you're feeling like really happy and there's a partner by your side. As I said, I feel this is somebody that you already know. So I want you to kind of look at some of your online contacts. That's where I get it. Okay. As for messages, I also get around you some angelic help. I get one of the archangels. This is Archangel Raphael. Raphael's coming in to work on healing of the heart. It looks like you've been doing a lot of internal work here to kind of open your heart again. I feel like there's been a lot of hurt here in the last two years, really. And it does look like that is starting to heal. And I feel like they're preparing you to move forward. So I want you to ask Archangel Raphael to be with you and help you as you're meeting people and connecting with people, okay? I do see you moving forward, and I see a lot of blessed healing light in the heart area for you, okay? Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is Rockstar of the Future. It says, Dear Psychic Bob, when will I move out and who will I live with? You know, what's interesting is I feel like you really want to go, but I also feel like Spirit's saying stay, stay, stay. And I think for you, it's probably at least another year before you do any changes there. I feel like right now, Spirit is still financially enabling you and strengthening you. And interestingly, when you move, I do get 2 other roommates around you. This may actually be connected to some schooling, or it's like somebody's in school. I get like housing, student housing around you. So it may be a group of college students or people in like boarding school, but I'm getting energy here of like I'm surrounded. I've got 2 other people around you. I'm not getting that you know them yet. I feel these are new people, and I feel energetically you're moving into a place where you're starting to draw new people into your life. And I feel like next year, you're going to really feel like you're ready to kind of step into some new situations. So next year looks like it's going to happen. Just stay put for now. You're going to be fine. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Philip Aguirre, and he says, Psychic Bob, do you see me and my female co-worker starting to date? Hi, Philip. Well, let me tell you, I do feel there's an attraction there. But you know what? I got to tell you, I get both of you looking at each other all googly-eyed, and nobody's saying anything. So I think both of you are a little shy. So I want you to step up your game. I feel like I want you to ask this person, like kind of out to lunch, not as a group, but just one-on-one. And sit down and share your emotions. I feel like they're going to go, oh, that's a relief. I was thinking the same, and I was embarrassed to say it because I didn't know you feel. So I want you to take the lead on this one because I think that it's going to open some doors there. In terms of timing, I feel like mid-August. Okay, so around 15th of August forward is where your energy is going to be strongest for a relationship. Okay, good luck with that. Thanks for writing. All right, let's see another letter here. Let's see, we got Spanish Luscious. Hello, dear. Her name is Maria. She says, Psychic Bob, any insights on my marriage, good or bad? Well, you know, hon, listen, your marriage is not over. Now, I know you're hitting some walls right now because when I step into your vibration, I get a lot of dark blue light, which means you're feeling kind of overwhelmed and oppressed. But I do feel like both you and your spouse are going to start to communicate again. And I feel literally as we turn into the first week of August here, it does look like there's healing around that relationship. And I feel like you are staying together, and it does look like it's going forward. One of the struggles I get there's kind of a, what do I say, a tug of war. Like each of you have kind of your own agenda right now. Could be an issue coming about a move, and I feel like there may be some discussion about where are we going or when are we moving, what type of house we want. In this case, I want you just to relax and let spirit lead. Don't feel that you have to force your agenda because, you know, when we let spirit lead, everything works out right. And I feel like your husband, you know, wants to kind of set some pace here on this one and kind of just let him have his way. I think like spirit's working with him to help him to understand your needs as well. And I think both of you are going to find that there is a positive resolve here. And I do feel like, as I said, as we go into the next week here, there's a lot of energy for healing in the marriage and a lot of open communication. So I don't see a breakup, but I do see healing. I want you to also invoke Archangel Raphael. You know, as I was telling the other person about Raphael, Raphael's a wonderful healer, particularly in emotional area. He does physical healing and emotional, but I do feel like he's going to be working with you also. And I'd like you to call on Archangel Raphael. You know, the archangels, they've got so many of us, they never get tired, and they have power to handle it all. So, you know, bring in some higher power there, okay? Sending prayers your ways. Blessings. Okay, let's see, we got next letter, Linda Levy, and she writes, Psychic Bob, can you please give me some psychic predictions about Bernie Sanders? Well, you know, Linda, I tell you, I said this actually, I don't know if you've seen, I did a TV appearance about a month or two back, and I was asked about him. And one of the things that I said, and I still see it around him, he is a healer. This man has around him a lot of green light, a lot of healing light, and I do feel that he brings a vision for this country that is very healing. I said on that show, and I do still say it, that I see him actually stepping into a vice presidential role. And so my predictions are that he brings healing. I feel the American public is going to start to receive him stronger, and I do see him being offered a chance at the vice presidential position. I know he wants president, but I think we're going to see a Hillary and Bernie Sanders ticket, and with him as VP. And I think that's not a bad position, you know. Yeah, so that's what I see around him, okay? I hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right. My next letter is Kylie Woodall. Says, Psychic Bob, what do you see around me? Hi, Kylie. Well, you know, I have some messages for you. You have a connection with the Pleiadians. I feel like this goes back actually to childhood, and I do feel like when you were a child there was an actual visitation encounter around you. And I feel like since, real young, like 3 years old, the spirits, the Pleiadians, well, they can take spirit form, but they're physical beings right now, do contact you. Now, they have also mastered transdimensional travel as well as the astral plane. So your encounters with them can occur also on the astral plane. But I get an actual physical connection with them as well also. And I do feel like you've also had some past lives in this Pleiades star system. So, what's interesting is I believe, and a lot of people are agreeing with me now, that the Pleiadians themselves have said that the Earth was seeded by the Pleiadians. They were part of the genesis of the Earth. I do think there's truth in that. And I feel like there are a number of people who have been Pleiadians and have come to Earth to help renew the Earth. And, Kylie, as we go into the next 2 years, as I said, I do believe we're going to see a lot of revelation about the Pleiadians and their appearances on the Earth. And I think people like you who have a very strong connection are going to actually get a stronger connection. There's going to start to be more, more actual appearances. I want you to watch, because around October, November around you, I also get a visitation. It's like a sighting. I feel like you're literally outside in your yard or you're in a field and you see a ship. It's almost like they call you outside. So I want you to be listening for that call. Now, they're not going to abduct you or hurt you. The Pleiadians they're literally just like us. But they're going to give you a sign just to confirm, okay, what you've been sensing and what I'm telling you, okay? So keep watching and let me know, okay? All right. Thanks for writing. Well, guys, listen, that is all I'm going to get to today. I'm so glad you're here at Spirit Channel. We'd love you to be part of our channel regularly. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button up at the top if you haven't done so. It's free, doesn't cost a thing, and you'll get all the updates and you'll be part of our community. And we'd sure love that. I'm so glad you're here. Listen, keep it here. On Thursday, we are going to have a video about the Order of the Purple Cord. And for those of you who are new here, that is a Wiccan order that I started. And it's an online Wiccan order, and we're going to talk more about that and has some special stuff for you guys, okay? So keep it here. As I said, hit the subscribe button. I hope you'll like this. Thumbs up, favorite it, share these videos. We want people to come to Spirit Channel and get enlightened. And that's what we're about. We're all about learning and sharing the truth of Spirit. And I'm so glad you're here. So anyways, we look forward to seeing you back here. And in the meantime, go below, check out my links to my website. Also, just for those of you who haven't been here much lately, I now have a new book out. And this is my new book, Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. And you can get that. It's you don't have to be Wiccan. I had some people write and say, I don't have to be Wiccan to read that. But no, it's really a spiritual book for anybody. It does have a lot of Wiccan teachings in it, but it's actually something even non-Wiccans can enjoy. Here's one of my pictures. I did all the artwork in the book. This one is called Exploring the Cosmos. And so we got our little witch guy here with his cat. He's got his telescopes watching the moon. And we have a lot of wonderful artworks here. As I said, I did all the artworks. Here's another one, Mystic Brew. And we have a topic on every page that's related to the image. And, you can learn about my journey as a Wiccan and Wiccan concepts and spiritual truths. So I hope you'll check it out. Go to my website, click on any book link, and that'll take you to my Lulu store where you can buy this book as well as my other books. So I hope you'll check that out. Thanks for being here at Spirit Channel. We'll see you back here on Thursday. Blessings.